Hey, welcome to WT Tone. This is a brand new 2023 C-30.
And this is a Matchless C-30 from 1994. That's the fabled Sampson Era.
People want one. They seek after them, but do they sound any different? We're going to find out.
So if you've ever been shopping for a matchless amplifier, as one does from time to time,
As one does.
you run across the term Sampson Era, and you might notice that the prices on those particular matchlesses are just crazy expensive.
I saw one on Reverb. I think it was a DC-30. I think it was Black Sparkle.
Yeah.
Person wanted 11 grand
For a Sampson Era?
for a Sampson Era.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna take out an ad, 1 page, 2 words.
Good luck.
So, what does Sampson Era mean? Why is it so expensive? So, Mark Sampson started Matchless Amplifiers, founded it. He left the company. He founded it in the early 90s. I think he did some amps before then, but then he left the company in 99. So, the Sampson Era of Matchless refers to basically the 90s.
Didn't he leave and
So,
start Bad Cat? And then
He
come
did
back?
leave and started Bad Cat. I don't know what he did after Bad
Come
Cat.
back. Or there's Sampson Era Bad Cats too.
Yeah, you can get Sampson Era Bad Cats.
This ain't a history lesson.
Yeah, the Matchless amps from the 90s are the ones referred to as the Sampson Era because Mark Sampson was there when they were built. Doesn't mean he built them. In fact,
I was about to say, you better say this.
the guy who builds the amps right now,
The one who
built
made mine.
your amp,
Yes.
his name is Phil Jameson. And I have a 94, the 94 C-30 that you're seeing in there. We've interacted with Phil a bit, and he is the nicest guy.
Super helpful.
Yeah, I had my Laurel Canyon needed a bit of work, and so I sent it to him, and he fixed it up for me. And I mentioned that I had a 94 C-30. He goes, "Oh, send me a photo of the internals of that amp." So he emailed back, and he's like, because his name is in all the amps, like in my Laurel Canyon, in my Chieftain, in your C-30. It's Phil Jameson. Yeah, he signs them. He goes, "I didn't put my name in that, but I can tell you with 100% certainty that I built that amp in 94. So the same guy who built mine built yours.
Even more illusion behind the mystique.
So the point of this video is...
Plot thickens.
Yeah, is Sampson Era, does that make it better? It makes it more expensive. It makes it more valuable. That much is absolutely true.
That is true.
But does it make it sound better? Let's talk about it, Bradford. What do you think? So as you can see, we've taken the head out of my 94 C-30 so we can have both of the heads, the HC-30s here, run into the cab. And we've just taken a bit of time to dial them in, each channel, at a similar gain stage and a similar EQ.
Yeah, like the volume is different in order to get the same amount of gain.
For the 12AX7 channel.
For the 12AX7 channel.
Which is interesting.
Yes. They're set, the EQs are basically the same, the cut and the master is the same, which is very interesting. Just so you know what's happening here, these amps are out going into the same exact cab. So this is actually Brian's cab first.
Yeah.
So that's the 112.
We're gonna keep everything, the variables, as similar as we can.
As we can. The tubes we can't. Like these are, who knows how old Brian's tubes are. But so we're gonna run both amps through Brian's 112, and then we're going to run both amps through my 212.
Another thing, the miking and the signal chain is a Royer 121 and an Earthworks SR25, both on the same speaker, and then into the Neve 1073 DPX with a bit of EQ.
Yeah, and then when we get into my cab, kind of the secret sauce with the Matchless 2x12s is they have like mixed match speakers. Try saying that 5 times fast. So we're gonna mic one of each because that's where some of the magic is, and we just want to hear, does this amp kind of have some extra sauce when we do the mixed matched
Do they
thing?
call it mixed matched?
I don't know, but I have to think really hard.
Mismatched. They're different.
They're different. That's all I got to know. So we'll let you hear everything. We'll come back. By the way, this is a Shelton Galaxy Flight. It's like a Jazzmaster with Lambertone Ristrettos, in case you're wondering. They're like a fat strap pickup. But
let's listen to the comparisons, and we'll put on the screen what you're hearing.
Yeah. I mean, either way we slice it, I think it sounds great. They sound amazing.
I'd say they're both the best amp I've ever heard.
Yeah, but
because
I
keep saying that about mine. It's
the
best amp that I've ever heard. But
yes, I mean, there's something different. We dialed them in. I mean, there's a lot of different factors we could get real nitpicky with. But if you got to get nitpicky with it, then clearly the differences are small.
Yes,
and so we got them sounding pretty dang similar, if not almost identical. The one thing I took away from it, and this may just be the bias of one of the blue one in the 212 is mine.
Yours, yeah.
The 112 Sampson is yours. I still felt, regardless, that I liked when we played your amp into your cab. Yeah. When we played our amps into your cab, I preferred your amp. There's something about it. It was just it just had that little extra 5%, 3%. When we played my amp to my cab, same idea. It's like that little extra 3%. But the EF86 channel, because it was gained up, I felt like that little bit of character was a little less. It was a little less distinguishable.
Right, they sounded it was very hard for me to hear a difference in the EF86 channel. Yeah. And what's also interesting is when we were getting them set up, we set them up by ear rather than by eye, right? Yeah. So meaning we didn't set the gain, bass, and treble exactly the same.
We set the knobs in the physical same position.
What we did is we wanted that edge of breakup thing, and to get my 94 C-30 to edge of breakup on the 12AX7 channel, you had to turn the gain knob almost all the way to noon.
Yeah, basically.
And yours is at, I'm looking at it right now, is at about
just over there.
9 o'clock. It's right over there off camera. So something in that circuit is different.
Yeah.
In the 12AX7 channel.
Somehow. Or it could just be tubes.
Or component values different. I don't know.
But I don't think it matters.
Thing to email our new friend Phil at Matchless and ask him.
We will send him this video
Yeah.
show our findings, and maybe we can do a part 2.
Yeah. So
we blitzed through this intentionally because like we didn't like want to spend forever on it, because now we have a conclusion and we're like, okay, so now we could kind of see where we go from here.
Yeah, and really the point of this too is for you to draw your conclusion. Which one do you think?
That's all that matters.
Do you think that the old one, like that 94, that's almost a 30-year-old amp? It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Is it better? Is it not better? So yeah, but once we got the gains at sort of the same gain stage, like they kind of sounded the same.
They sounded very similar.
There's some differences. I thought the 94 C-30 had like a little more brightness in it.
Just a touch, yeah.
At least how we had it set.
That we probably could have gotten out of it, but that wasn't really the...
Yeah, you turned the treble up on yours and now they're the same.
Yeah.
So, but yes, the EF86 channels were like, might as well have been exactly the same to me. The amps themselves, both channels, they sound pretty much the same once you get the gain staging similar. The speakers, the cabinets sounded very different.
They did.
So what did you like about each one?
Yeah, I will say that wasn't really the point though.
No.
So like, because like it was like, well, I could probably get those speakers that you had, or vice versa.
Yeah, you could get a cab. Just
so like but I did say for my cab, the 212 cream packs again, you know, for those following at home, a little more of like a creamy. That high end wasn't as grindy, which maybe if we added more gain, we didn't touch controls once we dialed it in. Yeah, just because we switched cabs, we wanted to keep things just to be sure. But still, it rolled off some highs just a little bit, smoothed them off just a little bit, which I don't mind. I think I do kind of would like to hear like a Sampson cab with like the mismatched mix.
The DC-30.
Yeah, apparently that's a different combo.
That's a different set of speakers.
That's a different combo. So I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you, Brian?
Yeah. Well, I think it just comes down to what you want out of the thing. So like the 112 cab, the old one, is a G12H30 from the mid 90s. It's Matchless's sort of tweaked G12H30, but Celestion makes it for them, from what I understand. And it had like this pokier, more aggressive upper mid range. So and some people really like that. To me, it was like more chimey voxy. That's what I heard.
Sure. Yeah.
Through your 212 cab, it smoothed it out and it rounded it out, which is also really cool. So I think it's just a preference thing. Yeah. Like it's like, what do you want? I could see myself owning both of those cabs and using them from time to time.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think? That's ultimately
Let us know in the comments.
That's ultimately, what matters, because who cares? You can have whatever you want, I mean, so if it matters to you, if you think you want a Sampson Era, I will say the idea is very cool.
Yeah.
The idea is it just has this mystique behind it, so it is very cool. I'm quite happy with my new amp.
I'm happy with your amp too.
I'm quite happy with it.
Awesome.
But we want to know what you guys think, and if you got some more things, maybe we got some like ideas, a spin-off we could do.
Yeah.
To kind of keep this either with this amp or others we got going. But let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Most YouTube channels, most videos that are watched by like 80% of some odd people who don't even subscribe to a YouTube channel. That's kind of like the common theme. So if you like stuff like this, the best way to tell us you like more is comment, like, and yes, subscribe. We're going to be those YouTubers. So, but thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Who knows what we'll get into, but
bye-bye.